What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rookies of the Year. We got a packed slate today between me and Rob. We're like 3 days away from one of the best college football days, opening Saturdays in a long time. So we got a lot to be excited about. Arch Manning's long-awaited debut is week 1 in Ohio State. We're going to talk a little Bill Belichick in UNC, bringing that hoodie over to Chapel Hill. We got a good top 25 slate. Rob and I are going to talk a little bit of spreads, and then we'll talk a little NFL talk. We're going to have our rookie favorites at the end of the show. But yeah, let's jump right in. Let's start with the obvious, Arch Manning's debut. Let's start where all the eyes are going to be. Arch Manning era starts on Saturday in the Horseshoe in Ohio State. Finally, his first start where he's got the keys handed to him. Expectations are rising high. They're the number 1 team in the country. But what is he about to do? Is he about to meet these expectations, or is the pressure going to make him fold? You there, Rob?
Yeah, you were just cutting out a little bit, but you're good.
My bad.
Arch Manning, he's going to come out with a bang, man. Week 1. First of all, this is the best week 1 slate I've ever seen. This is insane. We got 3 top 10 matchups. Obviously, the big one, Texas, Ohio State. Arch Manning's going to come out with a bang. I'm expecting a huge game from him, 300 plus, 3 or 4 touchdowns. I think Texas is going to win by double digits, and they're going to make a statement here early in week 1. They have a lot more experience coming back, I think, than Ohio State, which is going to help them a lot, especially early in the season, which is I think they're going to come out on the road. Ohio State is a favorite, by the way, but we're going to get into that too. Yep. But Texas is going to come out, and I think they're going to have a dominant performance week 1 and really start this season with a bang. Arch Manning's going to solidify his name in that Heisman race early on, and just the hype train is just going to go from there. I mean,
yeah, I think Texas has been – go ahead. Finish up.
After this week, the Arch Manning hype train, like it's already like here, it's going to be like it's full steam.
Right. I think that Texas has been longing for like a real national championship quarterback since Vince Young, and they've always been a great program in the NCAA, and they never have had that QB to bring them over to the top in a long time since Vince Young. So there's a lot to be excited about down there. I think that Manning has the chance to do that this year. I think he has all the tools and the whole swagger and everything about him. I think he has a chance and an opportunity to really go out and make a name for himself and make a legendary run. But I think he's going to show out. I think he's Quinn Ewers. He's replacing some big shoes there. Yeah, Wu-Tang. OSU is a tough place to play. That is damn sure. And that team is loaded as well. You got Caleb Downs. You got Jeremiah Smith. You got probably 2 of the top 10 players in college football on one team. So OSU is loaded. They're not no chumps. I don't think if Arch Manning has a bad day that it's the whole end of the world. But I think he's going to put on a show, and I think it's going to be a classic week 1 in the Horseshoe. You got anything else on Arch? Any other glazing for him?
Did I glaze? Maybe.
No, you didn't really. You glazed a little bit, but I feel like we're not glazing enough.
Nah, I mean, I think he's going to be incredible. I think he's going to have a great year. He's going to be firmly in that Heisman race, and it's going to start here in week 1. Ohio State's going to go down early. They're still going to have a great year, but they're losing week 1 at home.
I think he makes like really good decisions with the ball, and then you add that athletic ability that he has. I think it's like the perfect storm that you have for a quarterback that's cerebral and also very athletic. And there's not a lot of guys other than like Lamar, Josh Allen, that really fit that mold to be able to do like a little bit of everything. Usually you see a guy that, they might not have to make all the right reads because they're so athletic, but you have Arch who kind of does it all. He has that Manning background that he's just been bred to be reading defenses since he was a little boy. So I'm excited to see what he's got to show at Texas this year.
Definitely not your typical Manning, that's for sure.
No, it's not what you expect. But I think Texas has a real opportunity to go win a national title this year. They've been on the brink the last few years, so yeah, I'm excited definitely for that game.
The last game Texas played was against Ohio State as well, and they got hammered.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, I wouldn't say they got hammered. It was a lot closer than the final score indicated. But,
different Ohio State team, but they're bringing back some of those big guys still.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that defense looks now after losing their DC to my Penn State Nittany Lions.
Yeah, we'll dive more into the game like itself a little more when we're talking spreads and stuff. But yeah, it's a good game to be excited about. And Arch Manning's obviously the headline. You have Justin Sand, freshman quarterback, up against Arch Manning. So I think the advantage goes to Texas in the quarterback battle at the moment very easily.
It's just the experience, you know.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go from Austin to Chapel Hill. Bill Belichick. This is crazy to me. I would never thought this guy would be at the helm of a college program, let alone UNC. Not even like a humongous like Alabama or Ohio State, anything like that. He's going to take the UNC, a basketball school, and try to make them relevant in football. So how do you think different North Carolina is going to look with that man Bill Belichick at the helm?
It's definitely going to be a big. Not this year. They're not going to make any noise this year. I just think they have too many new players. You know, you basically put a whole new team together in one offseason. So it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to be a whole new identity for UNC. Expect a lot of defense first. That's how Bill Belichick is built. Same thing in New England. Although he did have some high-flying offenses, but how could you not when you have Tom Brady?
Right.
It's going to be a much slower pace. It's definitely going to help them in recruiting. There's a lot of people are going to want to play for Bill Belichick. I mean, that just goes without saying. But, I think it's going to take some time, but he's going to get this program right. Just not in year one.
Yeah, you go the ACC. I wouldn't say it's wide open, but you have your typical teams like your Florida State, your Miami, your I'm missing one, Clemson. But like it's not like ran by any juggernaut that it's not wide open. So UNC over the next few years, I think they have an opportunity to be able to be a powerhouse in the ACC and be able to make some noise to maybe even make a playoff with that schedule. Sure. The ACC is not that deep. You know what I mean? You probably play 3 big games a year, and they're not really against top 5 teams. Maybe one of them is.
Long line of DCs, but that ends here, bro. He's here to stay. By the way, I loved when we had Manny Diaz, but it's a new era.
Yeah, but I'm excited for
Penn State's about to run college football. Wu-Tang.
I wonder if Bill Belichick's going to run UNC like he ran the Patriots, where it's just like no fun. Like these kids are in college. Like you got to let them have a little bit of fun. Like you can't be all do your job with a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds. You got to give them a chance to be able to live their life in. They're not getting paid. I mean, they're getting paid millions of dollars, some of them, but not really at UNC. But it's not the same
10
as
p.m.
an NFL.
curfew. 10 p.m. curfew.
Fuck that. I wouldn't be going to UNC if I – the guy that has the 23-year-old girlfriend trying to tell me I got to be in at 10? Oh, hell no. No, we're not taking this.
This is a really interesting take here from Wu-Tang. Just get rid of conferences altogether.
No.
That would be – nah, that just can't happen. It would never happen, but I don't even think I would want it to happen.
Bro, you would split the whole country. Like some people would be about it, but the South, I know the South, the SEC is not about that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna riot for sure. The ACC and the Big 12 would love it probably.
Yeah. Do you think Bill is going to be able to adapt and like be able to have a successful career at UNC, or do you think he's just going to be able to like fizzle out? It'll be like a little midlife crisis type moment.
I think a lot of that has to do with how old he is.
Yeah.
Because how old is this guy? He's definitely in his 70s.
In his 70s, yeah. Might even be close to his 80s.
Like we're saying, it's probably going to take some time for UNC to build up to where they want to be. But how much time does Bill Belichick really have coaching?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe 5 years.
He's going to have a nice short run. I think by next year, they're going to make a big leap. By year 3, they could maybe be contending in the ACC on a year-by-year basis. But
I think he's definitely got a little bitter taste in his mouth from how the Patriots kind of did him dirty, and Robert Kraft kind of just was like, yeah, we got Gerard Mayo. We don't need Bill Belichick, the greatest NFL coach of all time, even though he was kind of struggling towards the end of those years in New England. You were seeing him. I mean, we always had the good defense, but you were seeing him kind of just not with the times.
For sure.
All right, let's move on.
Successful, it'll be within 3 years. For sure.
I don't think he has a choice. 3 years, he might be.
I mean, if it's not within 3 years, I don't think he's going to be there anymore.
Yeah. All right, so I want to talk a little college football playoffs, and I think you'll have an interesting take because you have a really good home environment, one of the best in all of college football. Jeez, Wu-Tang's going crazy. I think Bob Kraft does a decent job.
The next Jerry Jones.
Don't tell me that.
All right, man. Hobby's shitting bricks right now, if that's true.
No, I know that. Don't ever compare us to that bullshit. Playoff talk. Right now, first round is on campus. You know, you got those home games. What do you think about the quarterfinals, being able to have home games? Do you think the college football could take it one step further and let the quarterfinals be true home field advantage games instead of neutral sites? Or do you like the neutral sites? What's your take on it?
Absolutely. The quarterfinal should be on campus, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like this is what college football is all about, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the rowdy students. It's about the electric environment. Like I've been to the Penn State whiteout before. It's unlike anything you will ever see.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a ridiculous atmosphere. Now imagine that in a college football playoff setting. Like the neutral site, and I've also been. I went to the Orange Bowl last year. That was the semifinals, though, anyway. So that would obviously it's going to stay neutral. Mm-hmm. But it's just not even close to the environment that you would get on a campus game. I don't think it'll ever happen because, again, money.
Yeah, they want to have both. They want to have like both fan bases be able to travel and buy hotels. It's all a money grab. You know how it is.
Yeah, and obviously they need to keep their New Year's Six bowls. So in order to do that, they need to have the quarterfinals. But
that's true.
It would just be so much better from a fan experience if the quarterfinals were on campus.
Could you imagine an upset? Like you go into a quarterfinals game, you go into wherever, go into the Horseshoe, go into Happy Valley, and then you have that upset again, like in front of all those fans. I'd rather that than to win in front of all of them. Like I'd rather send them all home upset and pissed off.
Like look at some of the games that we got last year that you just normally wouldn't see. Tennessee playing at Ohio State. What was it? Right. Clemson playing at Texas.
Yep.
Notre Dame and Indiana.
And what was the other?
Oh, the other one was Penn State against SMU.
Yep.
Like these are just matchups that you would normally never see on campus.
Right. I think it rewards like what you were saying, that what college football is all about is the atmosphere, and it kind of just rewards those teams that went out and won, and they get to have two home games in the playoffs I think that kind of gives you not an unfair advantage, but a huge advantage to be able to that you earned it. You were one of the best teams in the regular season. I think you should be able, just like the NFL, have 2 home games if you're one of the best.
Absolutely. And they're talking about maybe expanding the playoff even more, which is crazy. I think 12 teams is already maybe more than enough. They're talking about maybe going to 16 or 24. That would just be ridiculous.
I do like how college football does listen to a little bit of what the fan interaction and what they think, and they kind of consider it and they take it into consideration and do better. You saw it last year with the teams that won their conference being the ones that hosted playoff games. It's a little bit different now, so yeah, I do like how NCAA actually listens to their fans. Anything else on this?
Nah, man. I just want Penn State to have more home playoff games.
That'd be electric. One of my favorite dark horse teams this year is South Carolina, and Lenore Sellers at the helm of it is probably, by the time the draft time comes around, he's going to be a top 10 pick. I don't think that's that crazy to say, but he might put himself in that top 5 to 7 range. But if he makes a crazy run with this South Carolina team, you saw it last year. They were pretty relevant. They were going toe-to-toe with Nussmeier and LSU. And you saw how good this South Carolina team can be. And it's been a long time since they've been relevant. You got to go back to Steven Garcia. I don't know if you know who that is, quarterback, but the kid had a cannon. But what do you think? How insane would it be if South Carolina cracked the college football playoff? Would it shock you? Or do you kind of believe in their dark horse abilities here?
I don't think it would be that crazy because, like you said, South Carolina was actually a really sneaky good team last year. A lot of people just didn't notice it because they had a rough start to the season.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that rough start to the season, they would have been a playoff team. If they had just one more win in the regular season, they would have been a playoff team. But that rough start kind of killed them. But if they're able to just build off that momentum, which I don't see why they can't, because like you said, Lenore Sellers is coming back, and they got a bunch of other talent coming back too.
Harbor, their wide receiver, is a fucking monster, dude.
Oh yeah, he's a monster. My quarterback in Road to Glory, I sent him to South Carolina, so I know all about Nick Harbor, bro, and the rest of this team. Nick Harbor's a beast, bro.
Yeah, he's 6'5", and he has 99 speed in that game. It's insane.
Yeah, bro, it's insane. I literally just throw straight go routes to Nick Harbor all game. This dude's untouchable. I don't think he's gonna have 4,000 yards like he did in my Road to Glory, but
that's crazy.
He's going to be one of the best receivers in the country.
He is, and he's going to get drafted for sure.
For sure. And you bring that back with Lenore Sellers. I mean, they're going to have a high-flying offense. The defense, we're going to have to see if the defense will be able to match the offense. And another thing, playing in the SEC. I mean, those teams just beat up with each other all season. There's just so much talent in the SEC. But I don't see any reason why South Carolina can't make it to the playoff. In a 12-team playoff, because we're probably going to get at least 4 teams from the SEC and probably at least 4 teams from the Big Ten.
Right,
they can be one of those teams.
Yeah, I think that's also the other thing on the flip side of playing in the SEC is if you, let's say you lose one close battle, but you have one iconic win, like you go out, you beat Alabama or you beat a top-ranked LSU team, like that. That also gives you points in the committee's eyes that you beat one of those top-tier teams, and you should have an opportunity to be able to play against the top-tier teams in the playoff as well because it shows you have a shot. So I think that's one of the flip side of things of playing in the SEC is, yes, you're playing the best teams of the week, best teams every single week, but if you beat them, it's no question you're going to be a college football playoff team. So I think South Carolina definitely has a chance. I'm glad you were cheesing with Nick Harbor and you realize how good the South Carolina team is, that we'll both have our eyes on him all year.
I've seen that dude put up 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns in a season.
You witnessed it for yourself.
He's going to be incredible. South Carolina, they cannot afford to lose a non-conference game, though. If they lose a non-conference game, I think it's over.
Let's look at their schedule.
They start with Virginia Tech, South Carolina State, and Vanderbilt. So they got 2 easy non-conference games right off the bat. Virginia Tech maybe not that easy, but they're playing at home. I think they should win that game at home. South Carolina State, that's obviously just a filler game. They're going to crush them.
Yep.
And then their last non-conference game is Coastal Carolina. It's another game that they're going to cruise through.
Ooh, they play. Do they always play Clemson every year in rivalry week?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Which is, it kind of hurts them, honestly, because
it does.
That's a huge non-conference game to end the season.
So they'll have 3 top 10 opponents that they play: LSU, Alabama, and Clemson. And if you take two of those games and you lose one, I think you make it to the playoff. But if you lose two,
this is a
win
brutal
one.
schedule.
Yeah, I agree.
They play LSU in Death Valley. Then right after LSU, they get Oklahoma at home. Then they get Alabama at home. And then they go on the road to play Ole Miss and Texas A&M. That is a ridiculous 5-game stretch.
That really is. We'll see if they're made for it or not. Because holy shit.
I figure they have to go minimum 3-2 in that stretch. And if they go 3-2 in that stretch, they'd probably have to win
against Clemson
the remainder of their schedule.
Yeah.
They do get Clemson at home and they get Bama at home. So that's going to help. But, I mean, this schedule is rough, man.
I think this Clemson-South Carolina game is going to be interesting at the end of the year. I think it's going to have a lot of big playoff implications. I think Clemson will have already locked in their spot, but
they should have. In that weak conference, they should have.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk a little Big 12. Being a little UCF guy here, so I keep up with the Big 12 kind of close. And it's probably the most wide open conference every single year where just anybody could go out there and win it. We saw it last year with Arizona State representing in the playoffs. So which program do you trust the most to emerge as Big 12 champions this year?
As of right now, Arizona State is probably going to be in that mix.
Yep.
Iowa State is going to be in that mix, and they already got a win over there in Dublin with your guy. What's his name?
Rocco Becht.
Hell yeah. They beat Kansas State week 1, so that already gives them an advantage because that was a conference game as well. So they're already 1-0 in conference play. So they got a good head start. I think it's going to be between Arizona State and Iowa State in the end.
That was the same Big 12 championship last year, I'm pretty sure.
I believe it was, yes. Kansas State could have been in that mix. They still can be in that mix, by the way. But obviously, they're starting behind the 8 ball already with an 0-1 start. I think it's going to come down to Iowa State and Arizona State. I'm going to give the edge to Iowa State. I think they're going to win the Big 12. They're going to get revenge on Arizona State. They don't have Cam Scatteraboo anymore. So
that's true.
They're gonna take down the Sun Devils.
This conference is so mid. It's just
it's
terrible.
Ridiculous.
Just a bunch of mid teams that will not make any actual noise when it comes to actually competing for a championship. So I'm gonna take, I think, Texas Tech for me. I think that they I like what they've done. They're always competitive in this conference, and I think you got to pick a wild card in this conference. I don't think one of the top 3 teams are going to win it. I think some random team is going to. So I'm going Texas Tech. Where's Texas Tech ranked right now?
23.
Okay.
Their two toughest games are both on the road. They travel to Arizona State and they travel to Kansas State.
But I think they'll split that. I think.
That's fair. Arizona State, on the other hand, they play Obviously, Texas Tech at home. They get Iowa State on the road.
Kansas State too. They Dylan Edwards being hurt. Did you see that got announced today? He's going to be out for a few weeks. I think that kind of hurts their opportunity, and they go 0-1 in the first week. So I think Iowa State looked good. They looked poised last week. But I'm going to go with Texas Tech, but I'm going to be rooting for my boy Rocco Beck at Iowa State. And then I will just casually be watching the UCF Knights be one of the worst teams in the Big 12.
I just think it's just set up right now for Iowa State to take it. Their two toughest games were Kansas State and Arizona State. They already beat Kansas State.
Nice.
So they already got one of them out of the way. They get Arizona State at home in November. So they'll be playing in front of their fans in that environment. I think that'll definitely be a huge boost for them. I could see them going 11-1.
I think we should. We should go on Hard Rock and make that bet.
They get some tough games there at the end, though. They play TCU on the road, and they end the season at Oklahoma State. Even though those teams aren't ranked, those are still tough environments to play in.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be on upset alert maybe a little bit, but I think they're gonna get through that stretch of the schedule. I think they're gonna beat Arizona State at home, get a little revenge from that Big 12 championship game, and I just think this conference is theirs for the taking.
All right, let's talk a little college football playoff. So, when it's New Year's Day and there's only 4 teams standing, after it's all said and done, who's it going to be?
Well, obviously, we got to start with the most obvious one, the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Okay.
They're going to win the Big 12. I just said the Big 12. They're going to win the Big 10 over Ohio State. They're going to be the last team standing from the Big 10. I think Texas is going to be in that mix after getting blitzed in the quarterfinal last year. Was it the quarterfinal, or did they make it to the semis?
Semis.
Yeah.
Semis. Sugar Bowl?
I just know they lost to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like 24-7. But Texas is going to be in that mix. Penn State's going to be in that mix. I think Georgia is going to be in that mix. I think the Bulldogs are going to have a good bounce back year. And that leaves one slot. Who will that be? I know I kind of shit on Clemson a few weeks ago, but I'm kind of coming around on Clemson. I think they're going to actually be really good. Kate Klubnik's going to have a nice year. If they get to the Final Four, I think they're going to get destroyed by any of the teams that they might face. But they could get to the Final Four.
I think they'll have a chance.
Ohio State, I think they're going to have a pretty slow start to the season. But after that loss to Texas, I think they're going to have a few easy games to kind of ease their way into the schedule. By the second half of the schedule, Ohio State's going to be the powerhouse that they always are. But I'm going to go Clemson. That's
so
my
your final. All right,
Texas.
Let's it out. Okay.
Texas, Penn State, Georgia, and Clemson.
No Ohio State.
No.
Okay. All right.
That's bold of me.
I think it is pretty bold.
I don't think the Buckeyes are getting back there.
So I think on one side of the bracket, it's going to be a Big 12 rematch of Ohio State and Penn State. And I think on the right side of the bracket, it's going to be 2 orange teams. It's going to be Texas and Clemson. So we're about the same. I switched out Ohio State for Georgia. I think Ohio State will edge them out, in a quarterfinal matchup. But I know you're going to hate. I know you're going to hate to draw Ohio State in the college football semifinal.
That would be their third matchup of the year. If they play in Ohio State in November, then they're probably going to play each other in the Big Ten championship game.
Yep.
And then they would have a third game, which I'm pretty sure has never happened. College teams playing against each other 3 times in the same year.
Probably not.
I'm not going to lie, bro. If Penn State beats Ohio State in the Big Ten championship and then we have to play them again, I'm going to be extremely nervous.
I would be too. And if you lose that game,
It's hard. It's hard to beat the same team twice in a row, bro.
Right. We saw it last year when Oregon went to play Ohio State after beating them the first time.
And they
just got cooked.
slaughtered. That game wasn't even close. What was it, 28-0 in like the second quarter?
Bro, they were getting routed on. Jeremiah Smith was going nuts.
Georgia will take a step back this year.
Their quarterback is good though.
That's the thing. They lose so many players every single year, and it just doesn't matter. They're always there.
It's like Alabama.
They won the national championship. They lost a bunch of players, and then they came back and won the national championship again.
Yeah, that's how it works for Kirby. If you're getting recruited by Kirby Smart, he's dropping a helicopter on your football field. I've seen it with my own two eyes. How do you not want to go play for that guy? You're in high school and Kirby Smart pulls up in a helicopter. Yeah, I'm signing right there.
You got my boy Justin in here. Go Dogs, bro. Since when are you a Georgia Bulldogs fan, bro? I have to. I have to know when this started, bro.
All right, so if it's Penn State versus Georgia, who are you taking? I think it's obvious.
Come on, bro. This is the year, bro.
Okay,
this is the year.
And then Texas versus Clemson, who are you taking there?
Oh, Texas, easy.
All right, and then so Penn State versus Texas, national title game. Penn State's lifted it up.
We're lifting it up, bro. This is the year. We're winning the Natty, bro. We have a bitter taste in our mouths from last year. Losing that game to Notre Dame, went down to the wire, had a chance to win on the final drive, and Drew Allard just throws a pick right across the middle of the field. Notre Dame comes down, kicks a field goal, game over. We played so poorly in that game, especially the offense, and yet we were still right there at the end. We brought back Drew Allard. We brought back the best running back duo in the nation by far with Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. And we revamped that wide receiver core. We went out into the transfer portal to get some good receivers. And not only the transfer portal, but look out for this freshman, Kobe Howard. I don't know if you've heard of him. Freshman wide receiver, Kobe Howard. He's going to be a problem this year.
Elite name. Does he wear number 8?
Nah, I don't think he wears number 8. But like you said, bro, his name is Kobe Howard. He's bound to be a star.
Oh, it's Kobe with a Y, not an E. I see.
He'll be good, just not a Final Four team.
Oh yeah, he went to Chaminade.
He's talking
that kid's legit.
He's talking about Georgia when he says not a Final Four team.
Yeah, you go to Chaminade. You're nasty. I just want to let you know that. Last Chaminade wide receiver that was nasty was Jeremiah Smith. Top player in the whole damn country.
I guess. You were stationed there for 2 years. Thank you for your service, bro. You can root for Georgia, I guess.
Boy, was it Warner Robins? Where was he at? All right, so that's what I kind of wanted to get to, like, just
Penn
on
State's
that point.
Coaching staff sucks. Well, yes, Penn State's coaching staff does suck. I agree. But come on, bro. We got one of the best DCs in the nation now, bro. The same guy that just won the Natty with Ohio State. He's leading our defense now. If James Franklin does not get in the way, we are winning the Natty. He's the only thing stopping us.
Sure hope so. That's what I want to see. So I think
won't even finish in the top 4, bro. You're nuts.
I think you're taking Drew Aller as your Cinderella quarterback. I would take Arch if this is the matchup. I think that would be a spectacular matchup. I'm not going to lie. Drew Aller versus Arch Manning in the national title. I think I would give it to Arch. I don't think you'd be mad if you lose a national title to Arch. I'm sure you'll be mad.
Notre Dame is not better than Penn State this year, bro. I'm sorry. That's an asinine statement. Notre Dame might not even make the playoff.
It's always interesting to me what type of games get played in these playoff games because sometimes they're shootouts and sometimes they're like the Penn State and Notre Dame game, and they're just ugly, and everybody's running the ball and nobody can do anything. That's what I love about college football is sometimes it's one or the other. You know what I mean? You're either scoring 50 points or you're not even scoring 17.
Clemson is not better, bro. They do
I
have a
don't know.
better quarterback. I'll give you that. We got a better
But
running game. We got a better defense.
the one thing with the playoff is you might not even draw them, and they might not even be on your side of the bracket. So they got to worry about whoever they face. All right, let's get into our pick spreads. Let's knock these out real quick.
Penn State fanboy. Bro, even if I wasn't a Penn State fan, it's not crazy to say that a team that made it to the playoff last year and was in the Final Four and returned almost their entire roster and is starting the season number 2 in the country. It's not insane to say that they're going to be in the Final Four.
It's not that crazy.
Most college football analysts would say that they're going to be in the Final Four.
I just have to give you a hard time because they always make you choke, or they always choke.
Wu-Tang's going to get me riled up, bro.
I see this.
This is what we need, though. Keep bringing the energy.
Let's talk a little spreads.
Wu-Tang's always in the comments. We appreciate it.
We're going to be hooking up your hard rocks. I want you guys to, we're giving you the locks here. We're going to talk about what everybody really wants to hear and who's covering these spreads. This top 25 slate has a little everything, some heavyweight clashes, blowouts, even a 60-point line against USF and Boise State. So,
bro, hold up. Where are you getting that, bro? It says Boise State minus 5.5.
Really? Maybe I got it wrong.
I think you saw Boise State minus 6 and then added a 0 on accident.
Maybe I did.
Because minus 60, I've never seen that line in a game.
Yeah, me either. All right, maybe I did minus 6 instead of minus 60 instead of 6. Scratch that part.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm gonna have to make sure I get all these right.
Bro, we should have just left it there for the sake of the video. Boise State minus 60. Do you think they'll cover the 60-point spread?
All right. The rest of the spreads are right. Texas versus Ohio State. Number 1 ranked team in the country in Texas. Number 3 ranked team in the country in Ohio State. The line right now is minus 2.5 in favor of Ohio State. We talked a little bit of Arch Manning debut. Who are we taking? What side of the points are we taking here?
Well, I already said Texas is going to win the game, so you know where I'm going.
I'm with you on this. I'm with the Texas plus 2.5. I do think I disagree with where you think it's going to be. Texas. How much did you say by 2 touchdowns?
Maybe about 10.
I think it's going to be. I think the spread is on the money. I think it's going to be in that 3 to 6 point game. It's going to be a close one. There's going to be a lot of nerves.
I don't think Ohio State is going to have a chance to win the game on their last drive. They might be down 14 and cut it to 7. They might be down 10 and cut it to 3. But they're not going to be able to win the game on their last drive. Texas is going to have it in the hand, in bag. Damn, bro. I can't even speak. But you know what I mean. Texas.
This is a couple of my favorite players in all of college football is you got Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Smith, and Arch Manning. There's going to be eyes watching this game. And those guys are going to be making plays all across the field. There's a ton of other guys. There's Caleb Tate out there. Who else? There's plenty of guys on the Texas roster as well. But the hype is there, not just with these two teams, but you got the star NFL caliber players that are out there that I'm really excited to see what they do because I think Caleb Downs is probably my favorite player in all of college football other than Jeremiah Smith. But because I think Caleb Downs has a chance to be like that Ed Reed type of safety for a long time. But I think we both agreed 2.5 on Texas. That's the first leg to your parlay, boys.
We should have brought KP on for this segment.
Yeah, we should have. KP swept week 0. He didn't miss a pick.
I really just think it's going to come down to Arch Manning. I have a lot more faith in Arch Manning than I do in Justin Sayin. And that's
I was
really
watching his highlights
for me.
Justin Sayin, I think there's a reason he's fucking starting as a redshirt freshman. That kid, I watched his high school highlights, given it's high school. This kid was making throws all over the field, like ridiculous. He can make any throw on the field.
He's going to have a great year. He's going to have a great year, but this is a crazy start to your college career. Playing the number 1 team in the country, week 1.
Yeah.
In that crazy environment.
I hope Texas throws out some good defensive looks out there. I'm a big defensive guy, so I like to see young quarterbacks get rattled and seeing ghosts a little bit. So I hope Texas throws the whole book at him and kind of has him on his heels. But I'm taking Texas in this game, plus 2.5. I think it's a lock there. All right, let's move on to our next top 10 matchup. Segue from the segue to the ACC. Cade Klubnik versus Garrett Nussmeier. Probably one of the best quarterback matchups all year that we're going to see. 2 guys that are talked about as the top 5 quarterbacks in all of college football. We got Clemson as a favorite, minus 3.5. What do you think? Who are you taking here?
I got LSU against the spread, and I got LSU outright. I think they're going to go on the road into the other Death Valley, and I think they're going to pull off the upset here in week 1.
Wow. What do you think? What makes you think that?
I just think they're a better team, honestly, on both sides of the ball.
Wow. Clemson gets a wake-up call first week. Gets punched right in the mouth. You just had them as your top 4 team in the college football playoff.
They're going to be in the college football playoff mostly because their conference is so weak. There's no way Clemson is not making the playoff.
I agree.
I think by the end of the year, they're going to be a really good team. It's just going to take them a little bit of time to put it together, and they're going to be in the top 4. I think LSU could be better than Clemson and still not make the playoff just based on their schedule alone.
Yeah. Just being in the SEC.
I just think, we saw it last year, bro. You match up the SEC, like even the lower tier SEC teams are beating some of the best teams in these other conferences.
Yep.
Even in basketball, even the SEC even took over basketball. It's insane.
It's true. I think Clemson. I'm going to take Clemson minus 3.5. I think that this is their year. I think that they're going to shut some people up about, like you, Rob, that are kind of doubting that this is that it's their time. I think they have real national title aspirations. So I think Clemson starts out on the right foot. We saw LSU last year. What was it, against Notre Dame? Come out and lose week 1. So I don't trust Brian Kelly in big games. I'll always bet against that guy every single day of the week. If it's a big game, especially a top 10 matchup, give me Clemson every day. Minus 3.5.
Clemson, they're going to lose week 1, and then they're going to win 10 games in a row. They're going to be 10-1 going into that game against South Carolina. And that's when things are going to get very interesting.
Yeah.
But at that point, it wouldn't even matter because they would still be undefeated in conference play, which means they're going to be in the ACC championship. And they're probably going to beat whoever they play there. They don't even have to play Miami this year.
Really?
No, they don't play Miami in the regular season.
But they would draw them in the championship game.
Yeah, for sure. Probably. But they are 100% running the table in conference play. I would be shocked if they lost any of those conference games.
They play Boston College?
Yeah, on the road.
Oh yeah, that's a L for them.
They play Louisville. They get Louisville on the road on a Friday night too in November.
The ACC is going to be killing it on Friday nights. You're going to see a lot of ACC games on Friday night. They're trying to take over that.
That Clemson Louisville game under the lights Friday night is going to be a very interesting game, but I think Clemson comes out on top in that one too. They get SMU on the road. I mean, no, they get SMU at home. That's a win. They get FSU at home. That's a win.
I think it's smart for the ACC to put some games on Friday night because if it's not a day game, there's not a lot of people watching those big ACC games or any really of those ACC games. So you might as well put it on a lesser competitive day where you can get more eyes on your games. I love a little Friday night action. Sometimes it's usually the MAC that I'm betting on, but I would love some ACC ball to bet on Friday night.
Reminds you of your high school days, doesn't it?
Yeah, bro. Friday Night Lights. Shit was lit.
Makes you reminisce.
I stay reminiscent. I be having dreams I'm still out there on the football field. And then it turns into a nightmare when I tear both my ACLs.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen in the dreams.
All right, let's talk a little Catholic versus convicts. Rivalry renewed. One of my favorite 30 for 30s of all time. I loved watching that one when I was a kid. But we got number 6 Notre Dame versus number 10 Miami. This is a Sunday night game. You know our boy Dave is going to be there. He's probably already licking his chops, got his outfit picked out and ready to go. What do we think? Do the Irish have the edge at -2.5, or do you think Miami is going to be able to cover these points, or maybe even come out with a win?
What was it? -2.5 in favor of Miami?
Oh, Notre Dame.
In favor of Notre Dame. This is a really tough one because I feel like Miami, they always get overhyped. They start the season low. They win a few games. They jump up in the rankings. As soon as they start getting a little bit of hype and some relevance, they fall apart. They're starting the year in the top 10. I actually think they're going to come out and beat Notre Dame week 1. I still don't think they're making the playoff or anything. Because like I said, I just have no faith in the Miami Hurricanes. We see this every year. They lose games that they're not – they lose games that they're supposed to win. And it ends up just killing their season. But I think they're going to come out and make a little bit of a statement on Sunday night.
It's in Miami?
Yeah. Sunday night, Hard Rock Stadium. I'm not even going to say it's going to be a crazy atmosphere because Miami fans just suck in every sport.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna come out. They're gonna look good. They're gonna look good at least for week 1, and then we'll see where we go from there with this Canes team.
I think I'm taking Notre Dame. I think they're gonna make this a downright dirty trench warfare type of game, and I don't think Miami's ready for that. Miami's gonna want to spread it out. They do have Martinez back as their running back, who was a killer last year. But I think we talked about this guy last week. Jeremiah Love, I think, is going to have he's going to have a breakout. It's not even a breakout because everybody knows he's like that. But I think Jeremiah Smith is going to take over this game. Or Jeremiah Love, sorry. Thinking about Jeremiah Smith too much. Love that guy. But I think he's going to go out there and dominate. I don't think Miami wants this type of game. I think the Irish are going to dominate in the trenches. That's like the biggest mismatch probably of everything. And I think they're going to lean on it. And I'm going to take them to win by at least a touchdown. 2.5, hammer the 2.5.
Like I said, man, this is just a hard game for me because I have no faith in Miami. Like I'm saying they're going to win, but if they lose by 3 touchdowns, I won't be surprised.
I'm not a Carson Beck guy also. I thought people are trying to think that it's going to be kind of the same situation as like a Cam Ward where they brought in a guy that's going to be slinging it and it actually has like real NFL potential. Carson Beck was supposed to be a top 5 pick last year, but he sucked. And he fizzled out, and he's not everything that people thought he was. But I think I don't think he's the guy. They paid way too much freaking money for that guy. And towards the end of the season last year, I get it, he got hurt, but he was not making the plays that Georgia needed to win big games. So I'm not on the Miami train this year. I don't think it's going to be similar to the Cam Ward situation at all.
You know what, bro? You flip me. Give me Notre Dame. Miami had Cam Ward, and they still couldn't even get it done.
No, they couldn't.
They couldn't even beat lousy teams.
And their roster was stacked last year.
And now they got a complete downgrade at quarterback.
Awful.
Like, you could give Miami the best roster in the country, and I still don't think they would win anything. There's just something about them, bro. They're just bona fide chokers.
Ever since they left the Orange Bowl, it's just never been the same for Miami.
Notre Dame at the Hard Rock Stadium, I don't even think I can watch that game. I'm going to have PTSD.
I'm definitely going to watch it for sure. I know it's going to make you sad, though.
I'm going to be getting flashbacks from that Orange Bowl.
Yeah, you will. I think this is an interesting spread, but I think so. Let's talk a little Alabama versus Florida State matchup. We don't really get a lot. What do you think? Bama minus 13.5. Or I'm interested to see what this Bama team has this year, what juice they got. But just looking at it, Bama minus 13.5 seems like a lock.
Minus 13.5, they're going to cover that. I think they're going to crush FSU.
Yeah. I don't even know what FSU has anything to be excited about this year.
I mean, nothing. I mean, we saw last year they were one of the worst teams in the country.
I think they got Castellanos, former UCF, former BC guy. It's like this guy following everywhere that I like. But he's a dual threat quarterback, very sucks at making decisions down the field. And I don't think Florida State has the weapons around him that would actually make him shine. But kind of like a Jordan Travis kind of situation. I'm trying to think who else is Francois. That's the quarterback that he kind of reminds me of. Remember Francois for Florida State?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Castellanos kind of reminds me of. Jordan Travis actually wasn't too bad.
Jordan Travis was good until he got hurt.
Yeah, he was. But I think that's the easiest pick of the whole lineup right here. Minus 13.5, Alabama.
Smash that. They could have put it minus 23.5, and I would still say they're going to cover.
All right, let me make sure this Penn State versus Nevada spread is right because.
Oh no, it's right. Minus 44.5.
Are you sure? I gotta relook to make sure. Minus 44.5 against a real Division I college football team. This is crazy. I could never take a minus 44.5 ever on a ticket. But you go ahead. What do you think?
This is a scary one because it's week 1. So you don't know if they're going to come out like just firing on all cylinders right out of the gate, you know.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of experience coming back, a lot of talent coming back, playing at home, coming off that disappointing end to the season. We're winning by
Drew Aller needs to make his mark, bro.
We're winning by at least 40 points.
Wow.
It'll be like 52-6.
I'll put $10 on it just to sweat it. But 44.5, I would never honestly take that pick ever in my life. That means their odds, their money line odds probably won't even come up on Hard Rock. It's probably like minus 20,000. That's how much the money line odds are.
You bet $10 to win what, 2 cents?
Yeah. It's crazy. 44.5. All right, Rob's taking it. I'll take it for $10 too on the ticket, but it's not going on my real parlay for the weekend. All right, Georgia versus Marshall, another top 5 pick. So I'm not, because we got to keep this list going, because we're actually gonna be comparing who's right about their picks against the spread each week. So I'm going Nevada to cover. You're taking Penn State minus 44.5, right?
I'm taking Penn State minus 44.5. It's an
All
easy game. Wu-Tang is like my biggest fucking hater today, bro. Could have made it
Wu-Tang
80
has been
points.
spitting.
No, bro, we're gonna win 52-6. If the spread was like 2 points higher, then I wouldn't have took it. If it was minus 46.5, then I wouldn't have took it. But we're gonna win by 46 points exactly. Come back to me when we win 52-6, bro.
All right, Georgia versus Marshall. Georgia minus 38.5. I don't know. 40 sounds like 40 points is a lot, but it's back to back minus 40, almost minus 40 point spreads. What are you taking?
Minus 38.5. Give me Marshall to cover. This game it's gonna be a blowout for sure. But I think
Yeah.
they're gonna come out of the gate, they're gonna score a few early touchdowns, then they're gonna kind of take their foot off the gas and
Right.
probably end up winning by like 31, 35 maybe.
I'm with
We
you.
see that a lot from Georgia. They could be up 28-0 at halftime, and then the final score will be like 38-3. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's the type of offense that this Georgia team is going to be pushing out this year. Is going to be 40-point blowout games. I think that they're going to be controlling the game. That's kind of how Kirby does it. Enforces will on the defensive end. Just really be excited about that. So I don't see them winning by 40. I'm with you on this. I think Marshall covers the 38.5. But I think that's going to be a sweaty spread, though. I think Georgia might be close on it. Might be 40-0 at the halftime mark.
Well, I literally just gave you a full explanation as to why I took the dog. We've seen this from Georgia all the time. They'll go up 28-0 at halftime, then they're going to win by like 35 points. They're going to take their foot off the gas completely in the second half. And their offense is not nearly as high flying as Penn State's. Penn State doesn't even need to throw the ball in the second half, and they're still going to score just because they have the best running back duo in the country. They will just run the ball down your throat.
All right, spread for another Illinois matchup. This is an Illinois matchup here. Number 14, Illinois versus Western Illinois. Illinois minus 45.5. Jesus Christ. Almost 46 points. What do you think? I like Illinois this year, but 46? Do you like them minus 46?
Illinois against Western Illinois minus 46.5.
45.5. So
Illinois was good last year.
they were good. They got a nice quarterback, another Tampa kid. I think he's a sophomore.
Minus 45.5. No, they're not going to cover.
No?
No. They're going to win huge. It's probably going to be like 49-7 or 52-10. But even those scores would not cover that spread.
No, I don't. I just can never get myself to take this shit. I will always bet that a team is not going to lose by 46 points. Just their pride and joy, hopefully, wills them to a better result than this. God damn.
It's an in-state rivalry too, bro. How do you lose the year? I mean, it's not really an in-state rivalry because every time they play, Illinois probably kills them.
Yeah.
But it's an in-state matchup.
But it's an in-state rivalry in everything else, probably. You know what I mean? How it is in those Midwestern towns. They probably love their Western Illinois. They probably hate Illinois if they're from Western Illinois. So they got nothing else to be excited about up there in the Midwest.
They're going to win by a lot, but I don't think they're going to cover.
Me either. We'll both agree. We're taking Western Illinois on Saturday against Illinois.
By the way, guys, all of these picks are going to be posted on our social medias. You can see it on the screen. Follow us, Pop Sportsnet, on all platforms. You'll be able to see it on Instagram, Twitter, and you'll be able to follow along with us with our picks all season long. We'll probably make a little bet out of it too.
Yeah, let us turn $1 into a mill. We'll be doing it every week.
Oh yeah, man. Let's just put all of these picks on one parlay.
I think so, and we'll just see. We'll risk it for the biscuit for one day that will just be completely on point with everything.
I'll just put like $5, $10 every week. So it'll be like 10 to win over. I don't even know.
Yeah. No, we can do a little I forget what it's called. I forget what the word is. But even if we miss one, we're gonna do some where we could still make some money off of it. All right. Tennessee versus Syracuse. Now we're talking some little bit closer spreads here. Number 24, Tennessee loses Nico. They got a new quarterback in there versus Syracuse, who's also was making some noise last year towards the end of the season. Tennessee is a 13.5 favorite. What do you think? Who are you taking here?
This one's a bit tougher for sure. Because Syracuse is kind of like sneaky good.
Yep.
Right now, what did you say the line was?
13.5.
All right. Right now they have it at -14.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of rough because I was going to take them by exactly 14 points.
You would have?
Yeah, I was going to take them by 2 touchdowns exactly. Because Syracuse is a lot better than people actually think. We watched them. We watched them a bit down the stretch last year, and they were a really sneaky good team. Tennessee was obviously a powerhouse. They were one of the top teams in the country for most of the season. But they lost a lot of talent. They come into this year ranked just 24.
You saw McCord left. McCord isn't there anymore. He was the driving force of that Syracuse team last year. And Nico's gone with Tennessee, was also one of the driving forces of why Tennessee was in the playoff last year as well. So you're going to see a different look from both of these teams. I think it's I'm very interested because it's such a big spread. I think it'll be closer than a 2-touchdown spread. I'm going to take Syracuse at the 13.5 to cover, just because I think it's a new look for both of these teams, and it's going to be a down and dirty game. I don't think it's going to be too high scoring. I don't think Tennessee is going to be whooping up on them that bad. I think Syracuse has a really good disciplined program. So I think that they're going to keep it close and they're going to keep it interesting. What's your final say?
All right, just for the sake of going against you, I'm going to take Tennessee to cover.
Heard.
But I might easily regret this one.
Who's the QB at Tennessee now? Oh, they have Aguilar.
This is insane, bro. Are you looking at this?
What? What the hell? Why are you posting? Why are you letting this come up on the screen?
I mean, bro, he said it.
That's insane. South Carolina versus Virginia Tech.
He's not wrong, but shit.
All right, we got to cut that out. Number 13 South Carolina versus Virginia Tech. Little, I wouldn't say, little East Coast matchup there. Lenora Sellers, the guy we were just talking about at home against Virginia Tech. What do you think? The spread is South Carolina -7.5.
Oh, yeah, they're covering that.
Virginia Tech's covering?
No, South Carolina. South Carolina's going to cover.
I think so. I think South Carolina wins by 10. 10 plus. I'm hammering South Carolina for that pick.
You got a lot of talent coming back. I think it's going to be a big year for South Carolina.
They're not really that underrated if they're number 13 in the country. They just have to go out and have a good season, and they'll have a chance at being in the playoff. But I think they'll start off the season strong against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is another good program. They got a few good guys on that team, but I think South Carolina, they go out there and win. All right, the 60-point spread game. I mean, 6-point spread game. 25, number 25, Boise State versus South Florida. Is it in Tampa?
Yes.
Okay. Also has no environment. There's no reason that USF should be playing in Raymond James, but they're building a new stadium. What do you think? Damn, that game's tomorrow?
Yeah, that one's at 5:30 tomorrow.
The fuck? That's awful.
I'm not too sure about Boise State having lost Ashton Gency.
Yeah. I'm going to take USF the +6 because it's a 5 o'clock game, because it's here in Tampa. It's probably going to be raining. It's probably going to be disgusting out there. Man, give me South Florida. I think that they're going to be ready for this game against Boise State, especially on a Thursday, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, give me South Florida with the points. I'm not going to take them to win, but I'm going to take them for the points.
Bro, playing at 5:30 on a Thursday is kind of nuts. They knew what they were doing.
5:30 bro, it's going to be pouring rain. There's no chance that this is going to be a high scoring game and Boise State's going to be dominating like that.
That spread is not that high though.
It's not. One touchdown is not that high. It's one touchdown.
Yeah, give me Boise State to cover.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I could just see it being ugly. I see you losing by 1 point. I see Tampa, or not Tampa, South Florida literally losing by 6. Bust your ticket there, buddy. You get the push. It's going to be a close one, though. All right, this is what I want to do for this NFL segment. We're going to do a little rookie draft. So I want you to go first, and then me, and then you, and we'll alternate. And then I want our top 3 guys. We don't have to really compare them, but we can see who's got the best squad. You don't got to pick.
These are just straight up our favorite rookies.
Just 3, yeah. Just like if we're drafting right now, backyard football, these guys are all in the backyard. We just have to pick 3 to put on our team.
Wait, so is this our top 3 or just our favorite 3? Because it's different.
Favorite 3.
All right. Give me Abdul Carter.
Okay. I'm going Travis Hunter.
Fair. Give me Emeka Egbuka.
I'm going Ted McMillan.
And I got to go with my guy, Caleb.
Yeah, I'm going Travion too.
Caleb Johnson. How could I not go with
that? I like that. Say a little piece on all those guys.
Abdul Carter. I mean, I got a little bit of bias, obviously. Penn State guy. But, I mean, he's a Penn State legend. He was one of the best defensive players in the country for a few years there. Picked number 3 in the draft. I think he's going to really come around and help this Giants defense. Especially since, he's playing with talent. It's not like he's the only player on that Giants defense. He's playing across from Dexter Lawrence. I think that's really going to help him out. There shouldn't be too much attention on him. So I think he's going to come out and have a huge year. Emeka Egbuka, that's a tricky one because they already have 2 really good wide receivers.
But you know Godwin's bound to get hurt every single year. You saw McMillan get hurt in preseason. So Egbuka is going to have the keys at some point, you know what I mean, to be the number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah. And I think the first opportunity that he gets, he's going to cash in. He had a strong preseason. He was great in college. I mean, you know those Ohio State wide receivers, bro. They
Yeah, I
usually
think
turn
even
out.
as a number 3, he's going to be killing it. I think
Yeah.
he's going to be hard not to get him the ball. He's going to be open. And Baker, I feel like already has that trust in him.
We talked a lot about that Buccaneers offense. They're probably going to be insane. Their offense is probably going to be better than their defense, which doesn't usually happen over there in Tampa. But they're going to be high flying, and Emeka Egbuka he's going to get his opportunities. They might be few and far between at some points in the season, just being behind those two receivers. But as soon as he gets the opportunity, he's cashing in.
He's going to have
And
his
then
flashes.
Caleb Johnson, he's going to be the number 2 back behind Jaylen Warren. We'll see if Jaylen Warren's able to stay healthy for the whole season. That's going to be interesting. Even if he does stay healthy, though, I think it's going to be a little bit of a split. I think it'll be like a 70-30, maybe 60-40 split. And then both of those guys should be involved a bit in the passing game. So I like Caleb Johnson to come out and make a bit of an impact. He struggled in that first preseason game, but then he kind of put it together in the second and third games. So I'm expecting a solid rookie season from him. And we don't have to rely on him too much, which takes some of the pressure off of him. I'm just hoping he comes out and looks good.
Yeah, I'll say my piece on my 3 guys. I love me some Travis Hunter.
Godwin is out to start the season.
I think he's questionable right now. I think it's most likely he's going to be out, but they're trying to push him. I think I saw the other day that he passed a physical. But, yeah, Zandy, I think Godwin out. You just got Mike Edwards and Egbuka. You're going to see that kid have a great start to the season. You're going to see him catch a couple touchdowns, have a couple big plays because that kid's electric. Great ball. Like those wide receivers coming out of Ohio State have great ball skills. You just put it in their vicinity, they're going to go get it. So that's what
This is a really interesting question. Who are your top 5 rookie running backs in order?
Genty, Henderson, Hampton, RJ, and I couldn't tell you the 5th.
I'm going to go Ashton Genty, number 1, obviously. I'm going to take your guy, Travion Henderson, number 2. Then I'm going to go Amari on Hampton. Quinshon Judkins. And then RJ Harvey.
I'd be forgetting about Judkins because he still hasn't signed a contract or really done anything in terms of anything in camp and stuff. So I've been forgetting about him. Luckily, we got the good wide receiver the Patriots did. But, yeah, that's a solid 5. I'm excited about RJ Harvey. He was one of the bright spots for UCF last year. So,
Genty, RJ, Hampton, Henderson, Caleb. I'm a bit higher on Henderson. It's not a bad list, but I'm higher on Henderson.
But Travis, I'm going to talk about my 3. Travis Hunter, unicorn prospect, a guy that something like we haven't really seen before, impacts both sides of the field. So that's why I'm so excited about him. Been following him since he was in high school as the number 1 prospect. So really liked watching him. And I think he's going to have a great opportunity to be the wide receiver 2 this season in Jacksonville. So, and also have a high impact on the defensive end. So that's why I'm super excited about Travis Hunter. Ted McMillan is probably my 3rd or 4th favorite guy out of this draft. And he really disappointed me. Didn't have the biggest season last year in college like he had the year before, but he still had some games that were like this guy. I think he had a 4-touchdown, 200-yard game last year. It was insane. It was iconic. But I think he's another guy that's just going to go up there and go catch anything in that vicinity. And him and Bryce Young are going to have a great duo. Just him being a great X receiver. I think Bryce Young has needed somebody like McMillan to be able to just chuck the ball up to. So that's not the type of receivers they had before. But he's a great route runner. He's been really good for a long time. But, yeah, I'm excited about Tech McMillan over there in Carolina. And then Travion Henderson. Yeah, it was – I think you're right, Zandy. he came out and just had an insane ball game and caught 3 touchdowns. They were like nobody could even stop him out there. But Travion, I think he's going to be the spark that this New England offense needed, especially out the backfield, and you get a little kick return threat from him as well. But just a guy who could flip the field, who has crazy speed, who you just like him and Will Campbell, I think are going to have a good relationship with Drake May for a long time. I think that trio is going to be ridiculous, and I'm glad we have those 3 as the forefront of our offense right now. So I'm excited about that. All right, let's move on to week 1. We're not going to talk too much about week 1 because we're going to save it for next week. But week 1 upset watch. Do you have any pick for week 1 that you think a team that might be a heavy favorite might go down?
Week 1 upset watch. It is tough because a lot of these games are like no brainers.
Mm-hmm. There's a few close ones.
Honestly, the biggest upset watch might be that Virginia Tech South Carolina game. I still think South Carolina is going to
NFL.
Oh, NFL.
Yeah, sorry. We moved on to NFL.
Yeah, you're right.
I wanted to say the Dolphins, but
honestly, Bengals Browns. The Bengals come out terrible to start the season every single year.
They lost to us last year. It's like a minus 300 favorite.
That might be the biggest one. The Rams are actually a favorite. The Rams are a minus 2.5 favorite against the Texans.
It's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but I think the Texans will come out and win that game.
I like that pick. I picked Panthers over Jaguars. I think Bryce Young is going to kind of carry that momentum that he had from last year into this year. But I'm worried about the Jaguars. Hopefully Liam Cohen actually puts it together and puts on a good offense. But I'm not immediately sold on the Jags, and I think they can come out slow, especially with such a new system. And I think the Panthers have juice coming off of last year.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I got to take the Bengals. If this guy thinks the Browns are going to win, then yeah, give me the Bengals.
I agree. We never agree with this guy.
You can't take anything he says.
He's probably trolling.
Like, the Bears, no, I don't think he's trolling. He's been saying this for a while. The Bears are a plus 1.5 against the Vikings at home Monday night in Chicago. I think the Bears come out and win that game.
That's sweaty. I think they have a chance. It's in Chicago.
I think the Bears come out and win that game. In Chicago, Soldier Field, Monday Night Football, week 1.
Why didn't they put this on like later in the season when it'd be snowing?
JJ McCarthy making his debut on the road against a division rival.
I can see it. You're speaking to me. I can see it. You got Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson. They got a statement to make as well. I can see it.
The Packers minus 1.5 against the Lions. That's a 4 o'clock game too.
Minus 1.5?
It's in Lambeau. Minus 1.5.
I'm about to go hammer the Lions.
The Packers are a really good team, but it's going to be really hard for me to pick against the Lions in week 1.
Easily.
They got some interesting lines here. The Saints are a plus 6.5 against the Cardinals. The Saints are a horrible team, but the Cardinals are not good either.
Yeah, that's a crazy spread, but Rattler got named as the QB, right, for the Saints?
Yeah, Rattler's the quarterback.
That's so sad.
I would avoid that game altogether.
Take the Patriots.
Money on that game. Patriots minus 3 at home against Vegas.
Take the Eagles. Take the Chiefs. Take the Steelers.
The Chiefs. The Chargers are a +3. That's a
Take the
Friday night
Dolphins.
game too.
I'm taking Cardinals for the spread here.
That game's in
Giants,
Brazil, right?
Commanders. Yeah,
That Chiefs Chargers game is in Brazil.
No, the other game. I thought. No. Can't be. Yeah, it has to be the Chiefs Chargers game. Yeah. You're right.
Chiefs -3.
Panthers versus Jaguars. Give me the Panthers. Giants, Commanders. Give me Commanders -6. Give me the Bengals -6. Give me the Bucks -2.5.
That Chiefs Chargers game, I wouldn't even bet on that.
Give me the Broncos -7.5. Give me Niners -2.5. Give me Lions +1.5. Give me Rams -2.5. Give me the fucking Ravens on week 1 to finish it out.
Ravens +1.5. They're gonna go into Buffalo and they're gonna win week 1.
Yeah, we'll save a little week 1 talk for next week, but we just want to go over it real quick.
For sure.
All right.
Those are some very interesting lines. The highest one is what, -7?
7.5 for the.
The highest line I see is Broncos -7.5.
Yep.
Against the Titans. They're covering that. The Titans are going to be awful.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's wrap up. Let's get one more. I want to talk a little Christian McCaffrey. You think he's what are you expecting? I'm thinking comeback player of the year. I think that's a lock for him. But tell me, what are you expecting from C-Mac this year, coming off injury?
Betting on this guy to stay healthy is insane.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, this guy is, well, like, what would be his NBA comp? I'm not going to say Embiid. That's extreme. But this guy is always injured, bro.
Maybe a little Kawhi-ish.
I'm pretty sure we went over. I'm pretty sure we went over C-Mac a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Gene also said Kawhi. I feel like Kawhi is just as bad as Embiid, though, with the injuries.
That's true.
Because Kawhi always picks the worst times to get injured. He'll play the regular season. As soon as the playoffs start, he got a knee injury.
Yeah, McCaffrey, he got the Madden curse last year, and I think arguably if he's healthy, healthy, he's one of the best backs in football. I think that's very simple. Like,
if he's healthy, he's still a top 5 back.
Top 3 too. And if he's really healthy, he could be the best back in football.
I don't think he's gonna be top 3 this year, even if he's healthy. Because I'm not taking him over Derrick Henry. I'm not taking him over Saquon Barkley, and I'm not taking him over Jahmyr Gibbs.
But you got to think there's so many more mouths to feed in all those offenses other than just C-Mac, Brock Purdy, and George Kittle. Ayuk is going to be out. They got Jennings.
They kind of just have to give him the ball.
Yeah,
their only choice is to give him the ball.
Yeah, he's gonna put up numbers this year if he's healthy. But I just worried if they're gonna hand him the keys and give him the whole workload pause that he deserves. You know what I mean? Like, if he's good, he deserves to have the whole workload, and he deserves to be catching the ball out the backfield and running that spread run that they love to run all the time too.
No, I think Barkley's staying healthy now.
Yeah, he actually has a good O-line. I think that helps him a lot with being able to.
He has a fantastic offensive line, and then that passing game is just elite. Like, they don't have to rely on him nearly as much as the Giants did. I think he's going to be able to take much better care of his body. He's going to be able to stay healthy. He might still take a slide back just because, he put up 2,000 yards last year.
All right.
Like, it's inevitable that he's going to take a slide back, but I don't think he's going to get hurt. I think he's going to have a healthy year.
I think we'll save a lot more football for next week when it's week 1 and we're going to be super damn excited. But I hope everybody has a good first week of college football. Are you off on Saturday?
I am. Gene made a good point. We forgot the 49ers just got Brian Robinson.
That is a good pick. I do agree with that. But let's wrap up for today. I think college football is going to be chaos. I'm super excited for Saturday. I do work, but I'm trying to get my shift switched so I can just chill and just watch football all weekend. So I'm excited for that.
Sports is in a great spot right now.
We got through it. We got through the tough times, and we're back to
I'm going to have a great week. I'm going to have a great weekend, too, watching college football all Saturday.
When does U.S. Open final go down? This weekend?
Next week.
Next weekend? Okay.
Tournament just started, so they're in the second round today. But I'll be watching a ton of tennis today. I've been watching a ton of tennis the last 3 days.
Rob's going to be out in New York next week. He's going to be catching a little U.S. Open. He's going to be catching the Steelers-Jets game. So we're going to have some big content for y'all.
Look for a bunch of content. We're going to be putting a bunch of shorts over there on the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, all of those. I'm going to be trying to do a bunch of different stuff. I don't want to just recap the games, like I got to do
I agree.
I need to think of some good content ideas.
We're not just going to Monday morning quarterback this the whole time. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna talk like all the funny shit that goes down every weekend. So we're excited that football is back, and we're gonna have some good content to be able to give you guys. So follow Rob on his OnlyFans. That link is on a separate link. You got to DM him only for that. It's not on his link tree. So
yeah,
if you like the hair, send him a DM.
So just go on Instagram. It's not going to be in my link tree, like Javi said. You just have to DM me OF, and I'll get you that spicy link.
Yeah.
Look for like Javi said. Look for a bunch of content. I'm going to be at the U.S. Open, watching the men's semifinals on that Friday. Then I'll be at the Yankee game on Saturday afternoon, sitting with the bleacher creatures. So that's going to be a hell of a time. And then I'm going to watch the Steelers crush Gene's Jets on Sunday afternoon, week 1, with my boy Zay. That's going to be a hell of a time, too. I got to try out that new Honey Deuce at the U.S. Open. I'll probably do a little drink review, maybe a few food reviews. I'll see what else I can cook up.
Go get some Cat's Deli while you're in New York.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I'm already planning to do at least a couple food reviews in New York. So I haven't been there in like 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a hell of a time.
That shithole of a fucking city. All right. We'll bounce out of here. We'll see you guys. Stop, Gene. We'll see you guys next week. You guys have a good weekend. Enjoy your college football. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Have fun. Peace out. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Oh, yeah.